start us off, we have Big Barbara. She's a my size Barbie from, I want to say 2007, but the tramp stamp date says like 1980 because they reuse the same mold from the first time. And that's Faye. But yeah, she's a fun time, and she's gonna join me for the rest of this video. She loves a party. Here we have who I call Prom Dress Barbie, because there's not really that much about her. She's from my favorite era of, I want to say, late 80s, early 90s, where they weren't afraid to make her fabulous and put her in a dress that is just the most extreme example of a drop waist that I've ever seen. And somehow it works. And here we have Rococo Barbie. I think she had a fancier name than that. But she's one of my favorites. Not anymore, but she was. And I can't move her head because this one once knocked her off the shelf and fully took her head off. So it's very apt for the Rococo theme. Indeed. Her hair has really stood the test of time. Barbara, get back over here. Cover up, goddamn. Same vein as Prom Dress Barbie, we have her. I think she's New Year's. I think she's a New Year's diva. This is when Mattel was willing to spend the budget on actual fabric and beads. This is a bit rotted, but so am I. I got her at a flea market where I almost stole the stand from the very nice old lady selling her. So she's also one of my favorites. She doesn't have a stand though. Yes, she does. It's just hard to get them to stand with all this skirt. That's why they usually have stands that go underneath and just like hold their crotch in a way that's very uncomfortable to set up. I'll move you over there. Okay. And here we have some early 2000s collector's dolls. She was in box, but I had to fix that problem. Yeah, she's giving. She looks like she's from the craft, but like a little more put together, not as much trauma. And get it. This is a face that was too short-lived, in my opinion. Very demure. And a little choker is a nice touch. She's just gonna completely eclipse the other ones over here. Stand there menacingly. And here's a fun one. I have two of the same from the same collectors-ish line. And I didn't know I had two of the same until I fixed the shelves and I realized that the only difference was one of them had a hat and the other one didn't. So it's like when dogs can't recognize their owners with hats on. It's really, hi, this isn't about you. Don't do that. You can sit nicely here if you want. But yeah, they're twins, except one of them has a hat and ugly shoes, and one of them has no hat and cute shoes. Many such cases. Get out of the bag. And this I found for free in a house with like 20 kittens in it. And now she will not leave my side, but I still love her and it's okay. This one, you might think this is something that I don't have the budget for, This is the 35th anniversary reproduction of the original swimsuit Barbie. I got the blonde version. Apparently there's a brunette version too. I didn't know that. But the funny thing is that this was the 35th anniversary and it's pretty much 35 years old now. So I can't wait until they come out with the reproduction of the reproduction. Oh. And now we get into the horses. These two are true vintage Generation 1 My Little Ponies. I don't know their names. They have very similar marks, like be more original, but I also haven't named them yet. They kind of just sit there. They're both unicorns and they're also lovers. I have more in the same vein, but these are tricksters because these are reproductions of true vintage. Did I buy them anyway? Yes. So this is my first reproduction. I call her Lavender Marriage. I don't know her actual name, but she's very shy. Like she's giving Eeyore just a little bit. But yeah, she's very compact in that way. Very good to put on the shelf. This, I don't know who this is either. But yeah, she's like some kind of confetti girl. She's been played with. She has some stains on her, but happens to the best of us. And this is my only Pegasus of this generation, and she stinks. And that is because this is from a scented line of reproduction ponies. So she smells like vague fruit, like strawberry shortcake if you left them all in a box. The dolls, not the food. But that too. If you put them all in a box and shook it and then left it in the sun, that's what she smells like. And her cutie mark is completely faded off. Like she has to get a touch up on that. And we are not done with the horses because these two, this is Pinkie Pie. I know that. I know my queen when I see her. I'm gonna call her Honey Mist Auburn. But yeah, she's pretty normal. Her head doesn't turn, which is strange because there's a seam where the plastic was made, and she's sparkly, so she's cute. She has a good face. This one I like a lot, except for that her foot had been chewed off. These are all secondhand because I'm not paying. Well, I can't get these in store, and also I'm not paying eBay prices. But yeah, like some child or dog chewed her up. Okay. Now here I know their names because I grew up with these ones as well as these ones. But these ones were coming out when I was a kid. I don't like them a lot, but I have a soft spot for them. These are, I want to say, Generation 3.5 or 4 or 5. I could be looking at the camera and lying to you. But this is Rainbow Dash. Like, she's pretty, like, there's not really much else to say about her. Her head can turn. That's great. This is my favorite of this generation. This is Star Song. I have a soft spot for the Pegasi. I always have. But I remember because around this generation they had the tiny, they were like this big, choking hazard versions of them. Okay. So these are similar to the last ponies, except they're slightly less cool. And they're, the moms, they're pink and purple. That's about all I know, except for one thing. And I found this car separately, and then I found these, and they have a foot in, a hole in their foot. You can put them in a car and they can just be in, there's a back seat, but oh, actually no, it's because there was babies. There were babies that sat like human children with human spines that you could fit back here, but I don't have them, so they're just like two wonderful lesbian ladies. Have to get ready for this one. This is my holy grail. This is the only thing I actually, well, that's a lie. One of the only things that I actually spend money on, collector's item wise. And that is one of the only ones I'm keeping in box. So this is Earring Magic Ken. No. If you don't know, when this came out around 1992 exactly, Mattel was having this issue that girls weren't buying Ken. They weren't digging him. He was lame. So they wanted to make him cooler. And how do you do that except for send some Mattel, like, scouts to clubs in New York City to go see what they're wearing? And they put this out in this outfit, but that's not all. It's not even the outfit. He's wearing a certain necklace with a certain ring on it, which was being worn in these circles to denote preference and position. But my thing is that they put him out, and let me back up. So this became a gay collector's item. So all of them were going to go buy this doll, and when Mattel got wind of that, they pulled it off shelves. Because Ken cannot be gay. But even if they didn't know about the ring, which I'm sure, someone on that chain must have known, thought it was hilarious. You see the rest of this outfit and think that's straight passing. They gave him a mesh shirt and like a vinyl vest, but the ring is... I fixed my music. I hope Liberace's legal team doesn't come after me. This is Daphne from Scooby-Doo. The movie. The live-action movie. So it's... What is her name? Sarah... Sarah Michelle Gellar. And she came with a little Scooby, a plush Scooby, but the cats took a liking to it. But anyway, she's cute. She has the iconic boots that snap apart that way. Wish I could do that. And her stand is breaking, and that's okay, 'cause so am I. Okay, next up we have one of the real ugly ones that I just like. This is Little Debbie. She doesn't have her hat, but this is Little Debbie Barbie. I could have sworn Little Debbie had two braids. No, that's Wendy. But she's fine. I mean, she's more of a relic than anything. I just like that I own this. Oh, okay. Birthday Barbie from my... Get out of here. Favorite era. I love this dress with this like V-shaped waistband and the tights. Like she has tights. Like nowadays they would just, kids these days, nowadays they would just paint her legs. I don't think she came with the cowboy boots, but I think it's a look. So yeah, she's one of the birthday ones. Really easy gift for any person in your life. Her headband was slipping that entire time. That's so embarrassing. We'll fix it later. I have no idea who the hell this is. She was thrifted in this outfit, wearing shoes that I've had since I was a wee child. And I don't know if this is one of the incarnations of Teresa, But she has some really funky makeup. I couldn't pass her up. And she came with these earrings. And I just feel like we're from the same dimension. Like, she speaks to me. She has a hole in her hand because she used to have a ring. Ooh. This is NASCAR Barbie. And I keep the helmet on her, but she's really cute. Someone cut her hair at some point, though, or maybe it was just like that. But she has like this entire very detailed outfit with the pockets, and I love when they try to give the heeled foot a flat sneaker because it just looks like they're walking on their tippy toes. But yeah, she slays. I like the helmet too. This is one of my favorites. I say that about all of them. This is Army Ken. He had a hat. It fell behind my TV and I'm not getting it. But I found him in box for like $10 and just... I had to. We call him Don't Ask, Don't Tell Ken because... Hello? Yeah. But he's a really interesting case because, I mean, another example of amazing craftsmanship in these clothes. He came with matching dog tags for you and Ken, where you're supposed to write your own information on them. And on the box, he's canonically part of Operation Desert Storm. Anyway, there was an army nurse Barbie who has the most interesting haircut I've ever seen. But I kind of want her because, I mean, who doesn't want Major Houlihan Barbie? He can't stand on his own, we'll just see what happens there. This is another vintage reproduction. This is, I think, Enchanted Evening Barbie. She's a little more, she uses her purple shampoo a little more than the other one. Her shoes are ugly because she didn't come with any shoes. That's the first thing to go when you're buying dolls secondhand, is they never have shoes. They barely ever even have clothes. But she has lovely gloves and she's just, oh, she's just so slay. I have to move them over. This is when we start to dip into the Monster High. Used to collect them. No, they were my toys. I didn't collect them as a child. They were simply my toys. Just the way that I played with them was just lining them up. But this is Draculaura. You cannot see anything when I put them on the table like this. This is Dracula. What do you want? It's impossible to be a doll collector if you have cats. But yeah, this is Draculaura. She has a cute outfit. Not really... Anyway. This is a miscellaneous if I've ever seen one. This is just a troll doll that I found. And I only bought him because of this fuck-ass outfit. The leather shorts and pink fur coat. Like, he belongs over there with Earring Magic Ken. And this is a fun big one again that's gonna have to go right up on the shelf afterwards. This was an impulse purchase. I was sad. So Franklin Mint of Serial Mom fame made dolls. I kept getting recommended on Facebook Marketplace their Princess Diana dolls, and I was at a thrift store one day and they had 3 of them. And I asked to see them, because you have to ask to see them. You have to out yourself, basically, to see them. And they had Jackie Kennedy, Elizabeth Taylor, and the one I ended up getting, Marilyn Monroe. And she stays in box because she's porcelain. I mean, partially vinyl. I think her body is vinyl, but her head is porcelain. but she just has the most exquisite outfit, and there's a net over her face, but she's just so good. Like, you can't see any of that. Oh my, okay. Yeah, she's gorgeous. They really look like the humans they were based on. Like, I saw that Jackie Kennedy doll, and I was like, there's no one else that could. The woman had a specific face. Stop stealing the spotlight, my God. I buy things because they're funny sometimes. And this is definitely an example of that. Now, at my not-so-local thrift store that I go to maybe twice a week, I'm out of breath, my God. There's dolls in two sections. There's in the toy section, which they're just loose, but if there's any in box, they usually end up in the collectibles section with all the, like, porcelain dolls and precious moments. And I went there, I'm choking. I went there, and I saw a Barb out of the corner of my eye. I was like, 90s Barbie, I have to go get that. And this is, I'm not a proponent of keeping things in the box. I think that there's something very, like, capitalistic about that. Because I'm not looking to resell anything. I've had people ask me, like, not people. One guy once asked me what I was reselling for, and I got mad. That's a different video. But I went over, and I was like, Barbara. It's just Barbara. The doll isn't great. The doll is really not much at all. She doesn't really have anything going on. The outfit's bad quality. But underneath it, you can't really see it there, but it's also sprinkled through with all the confetti. The exciting fashion doll. The exciting, not the most, just the. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. Don't look at the price, it's $10. It's for a joke, and also no room on my shelves right now. I'll just give you a minute to look at her, because she's really, go girl, give us nothing. It's so hard to be me. Moving on. Ken doll in a suit. I mean, he's a homosexual, I don't know what to tell you. It's about all there is to it. Ken in a suit. Not much. My joints make that sound too. So you know Midge. Midge is Barbie's friend. And I remembered a lot of her character from the animated show Life in the Dream House. But basically she exists to be Barbie's ugly friend. And I found one. And boy, I mean, first off, this is supposed to be a snap joint, and she's just like full on broken, like busted. But we still love her. I think that's enough. That's said about her. This is Teresa. And you can tell because she has a name tag on her coat. I don't know what her deal is, because here's the thing, she's like not motorized, but she has some mechanism where her arms move if you like make her walk, but it's just really just unfortunate. Flat feet too. I think she's supposed to swim, or no, it's gymnastics. She's wearing a jacket. But yeah, she just, also sometimes it straight up doesn't work. She has to be bending over to do this. Teresa. I'm not too sure what her deal is either. She's missing a shoe. I think she's another gymnastics doll because she has elbow joints, which is not common. So I looked it up. There's no made to move Barbies that look like this or have this outfit. So I'm not sure what her deal is, but I love her. I love for the time that I'm assuming this came out, this is a 1990s head mold. The hair texture diversity is amazing. This is another Barbie of a similar era to my favorites. I don't really like her. I don't know why I bought her. The dress is kind of busted. It's falling apart. I'm not gonna sew lace back up, but I'm being mean, but I just don't. Perfect. Oh, competition. Okay, never mind that then. More Monster High coming up, because there's a couple instances in Generation 3 that I really like. A lot of them, actually, I'm just confused as to why Laguna is pink, but you can call me old about that all you want. This is Spectra. She was one of my favorites in the original line. And, you know, she came with a phone and a tablet. And I was like, okay. Yeah, she has an amazing face mold. All this, I'm looking at it like you can see it. But the outfit, and again, like with Mattel, I've been kind of disappointed in the quality of the clothes on their new Barbies. Like, new Barbie, I'm just like, I'm not into it. But with the new Monster High dolls, like, these are multi-layered, like, even Draculaura's outfit. The bodice is in, like, 2 or 3 separate parts. So they're really, like, I love this sheer thing. It's so good. Speaking of, this is my favorite Generation 3 doll from Monster High, and it's Cupid. And I wanted the original one, not the Ever After High one. Their heads are so big, I can't do it. But it's, and she's so cute. Yeah, the cage, crinoline, all the accessories. She came with a makeup compact. And honestly, me and her, again, like, I think her hair did get a little squished though somehow. I got her right before rehearsal and then everyone touched her. So, I don't know. I also love that the wings look like bone. It's so cute. She doesn't have a stand. I can't stand it. This is another thrift find. And so the Wicked dolls came out when the first movie came out, so like a year ago. So I found this one at the thrift store with everything, like no hat, unfortunately, but shoes, the first to go, an outfit and everything in great shape, except she was missing her right forearm. So someone donated her just because she was missing a forearm. And I was like, this is an amazing quality doll. Like the hair, look at the face. Focus. Like, they did a great job of making the dolls look like Cynthia and Ariana. And, like, you're gonna see there's some examples of celebrity dolls that it's very hard to make a real person into a doll. Now we're getting up on the really fun ones, because I have a whole doll shelf of not rejects, but just the strangest ones, because that's where my like collector spirit lies. And a lot of these have stories too. So these are Diva Stars, and they're hideous. Like, it's fine, we can say it. Like, Reverse Monk, that's great. But their whole thing is that they are like roboticized. So I don't have any of the clothes now, but if you see, there's like sensors, but you cannot see. There's sensors on their torso and legs that you could clip them onto, and they would be able to tell what they were wearing. Like, they would comment on like, oh, I love this shirt, I love these pants. And they would also like talk to you and ask you questions. Their feet are so big because the batteries are in here. And this, I actually got her working. This one was so corroded.
Hi, I'm Tia. I'm a hip cool chick and your new best friend. I'm talking fun. Let's play. Press yes to set the clock. Time to set the clock. 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock in the morning.
So they would be able to say stuff based on what time it was, but I think this one's internal clock is broken.
Time to set the clock.
I said
7
yes.
o'clock in the morning. Today's word is trendomatic. When something is super trendy, it's trendomatic.
I'm sorry, Tia. But one time I was working on this one, and she said, "Can I tell you a secret? I get really sad when you're not here." Hi. Ow! It also really hurts when they fall on your foot. But yeah, they're hideous, but there's something, they were so popular and they had an amazing website, but I didn't know about them until like last year. And then I found them. So I was talking earlier about celebrity dolls. And just give me a second. Oh my god. These are dollar store dresses because I found none of these with clothes. I was at my favorite thrift store and I saw this one and I said, "Oh my god, is that Ginger Spice?" And I looked around and I said, "Oh my god, is that all of the Spice Girls? Let me see if I can line them up." And it is. So I got the matching outfits from the dollar store because I can't find, I don't have the budget. But yeah, we have Sporty, Ginger, Posh, Scary, and Baby. It was just like one after another. It was like, oh, that's that one. Oh, that's that one. You just look for any of them that look a little off. If you're looking for celebrity dolls, they have to be a little bit uncanny valley. The thing with them is that they have the tattoos that the Spice Girls have or had in real life. So like just the most like she has a dragon. One of them has a tramp stamp, I think, but like Sporty has like 3 tattoos. She has a cross and a band and some lettering. I mean, they're not Mattel. Mattel would never. Like, I think there was talk, or there was a tattoo doll that came out once. It was like a DIY, like, fun thing. You can draw on the doll and it washes off. And parents weren't having it. Speaking of celebrity dolls, I have 2, a BOGO even. And that is Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Since I found they have really weird joint, they have like a ball joint, like gem. But yeah, speaking of them, when they look a little strange. Do I know which one is which? I have no idea. No idea. But I keep finding them, but just one at a time. It's like, why would I want only Mary-Kate and or Ashley? But yeah, I think this is from some like Christmas thing because this fur coat. Probably some movie. More Gen 1 Monster High. Actually, I haven't shown any yet. I have a bunch in a box apart from this, but they're so busted. I have to fix them. This is Perry and Pearl. I think this was Great Scarier Reef when that came out. So yeah, like she's... Yeah. Marketed as the 2-headed mermaid, but like they're sisters. They're 2 different people. And she has some really like interesting joint... like she has the ball joint here, a twist here, and another twist here. So she can, in theory, stand on her own, even though it's really hard to get her to do that because it's just not, the joints aren't sticky anymore. You have to get the angle just right. So yeah, I'm just gonna put her over here. Another Monster High, because the ones that I keep out are the more interesting ones to me. This is Avia Trotter, and she's missing a wing. but she's like supposed to be a centaur and a harpy. I love her face mold. I was never a fan of this makeup though. I don't know. But yeah, she can stand on her own. She's missing some stuff, but yeah, I mean, this is... It's just so cool. This is one of the, like, not failed, that's so rude. This is a collector's item. If you have it in box or with outfit, these can sell for a while, but this was just like a toy that we had. Like, we might have gotten this at a yard sale. This is Skull Shore's Frankie Stein. She is like monochrome, or she is like the evil, like, there was a doppelganger thing in that story. Or not even evil, like there's just a girl that looked like Frankie. So she's really cute, but like, given that this is gonna look so gross, she has the elastic joint, which newer Monster High in Gen 1 and all of Gen 2 and 3 have just like a plastic joint, but her legs are threaded with elastic. This is a G.I. Joe. At one time, you can always tell at the thrift store when somebody donates their entire collection. So there were so many of these, I had to really just choose one. This one had a cool face scar. So yeah, I mean, he's a bit shorter than other, like, here's him and Army Ken. You can't see, but they're standing on a table. He's like petite. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Like, these buckles on this vest actually open. He can hold stuff. It's like super cool. It's like spring loaded. You can just get him to hold your stuff for you. This is a McDonald's toy Betty Spaghetti. I have another one, fell behind the desk. Not getting it. But yeah, she's pretty cool. I thought she was I want an actual Betty Spaghetti, but yeah, this is the, I can't find the year, but she has the little M on her back. These are fun. So I've found a bunch of Equestria girls, which is what happened when Hasbro wanted to be able to sell like human girl fashion dolls using the My Little Pony IP. So there was an entire movie, like 4 movies now. I've seen the first 2. The music is actually really good. But yeah, they basically like slightly humanized them. They still have horse ears, even though they only have horse ears in their magical form in the story. Anyway, this is Princess Celestia. I have like 5 of these because I found them all at once at Once Upon a Child. This one's my favorite out of these ones. This is Sunset Shimmer. She was the villain in the first one, but ended up like becoming good. And she just like, and these boots, she's slaying. She has 2 different colored legs for some reason. Mine that I had as a kid had 2 different colored legs. I thought it was just a production mistake, but apparently not. This is my favorite character that they did so dirty with this doll. This is Applejack. And girl, like, it's just not, there's probably other versions of her that are cuter, but this one, they did such a disservice to her. She can't even stand up straight. There we go. I have 2 Twilight Sparkles because they came in the same box. One of them I like slightly better, but this is one with a molded on bodice because they all have, like, I'm stripping her, swimsuits with like, not swimsuits, but essentially swimsuits with skirts over top. I think it makes production cheaper. And this one has an actual outfit. They all suffer from this problem, especially Twilight, where their head doesn't match their body, like in color, like they have the wrong foundation shade. Yeah, this is one of my favorite Equestria girls. I've actually had this one for a while. She's missing some stuff. And this is also when they decided to, because the old ones have like Bratz feet, like they have nubs. This is when they gave them actual feet and they became like a little more, had a little more like structural integrity. And this is Zecora. She's a zebra and her hair is so so good. Like the mohawk with this, I die every time. Coming up on the home stretch here. Speaking of diva stars, there's this one, which is not a McDonald's toy. I think it's just one of the minis. I can't, maybe I could get her working. I haven't tried yet because I don't want to clean out corrosion. But she can actually like move her legs and stuff. This is the same character as this brunette one. I don't remember her name. More Gen 1 Monster High. This is Scara Screams. She's the daughter of the Banshee. And she's this dress does not fit her. But she's so cute. Like, I remember when I got her in box, she had this like 60s mod, like halter dress in green and these white go-go boots. And it's just like, where did it go? I don't want to have to clean out my, like, well, now it's my siblings' room. I don't want to have to do all that. But she's one of my favorites. And I think this is our last Monster High. This is Winona Spider, or Widona Spider. Also known as, she had like a superhero name. She was supposed to be a superhero. I kind of fell off at the movies, on the movies on this point. But she's got 6 arms. She's missing one. She's got 6 arms and like different accessories for each one. And at the time, it was so cool to just see hand molds for different, like the Spider-Man thing, like different hand molds for different poses. And yeah, this is her original outfit, I think. Yeah, the boots and the dress are her original outfit, but she came with 2. This one you're gonna have to hear me out for. This is Dumbledore. He had a wand. It's over here. But I saw him in the thrift store. Fuck JK, I'm not giving her my money. And I was like, you know what? It's $3. You know, the money's going to her. I just think it's funny. He hangs out in the dollhouse with the rest of them. He still has some packaging on his hair. But it's also like this... I've never seen a doll with a long beard, because you don't want to root it. Because to get that to look good would be very expensive to do on a mass scale, because you'd have to punch tiny holes. But yeah, you just can't look up or else it's like Aquanet. So you've met Big Barbara. Get ready for Medium Barbara. She's, I want to say, 16 inches tall. Very 70s, very sparse hair. Very strange face. Yeah, but she has a very, I'm stripping her so you can see this. She has a very strange joint mechanism in her waist. Where it's a ball joint, but it's so, like, disconnected, and she can only move this, like, she moves to the right and down, or to the left and up. And yeah, no shoes, because where am I gonna find her shoes? This is another strange find. And I want to say that this is called Sweet Dreams Barbie, but I really have no idea. Again, my favorite era, except she's plush bodied. She has a plastic head and hands, but this is so pornographic. Okay, waist. But yeah, she's a plush body and no ass. But the gimmick was that it's like, oh, it's soft, so you can sleep with it and it won't hurt you. But just this plastic head and hands will hurt you. But the rest of her is just like itchy and weird. But I like her because I don't let her in my bed. This is, I think, Rockstar Kent. He didn't come with this outfit. I found him naked, as I find most of my dolls. And yeah, I mean, he's one of the only Kens with rooted hair. I had this outfit. I put him in it. He slays. What else is there to say? These boots suck, though. They're like hiking boots. I think they're from a knight or something. Let me tie this up to be a little more formal about it. Found this one just 2 days ago. I looked at her. I said, huh, that's strange. And it's Jem from Jem and the Holograms in this scratchy, fugly outfit. But, like, when you start collecting dolls, it becomes very easy to tell when something is not your average Barbie. She has individual hairs on her brows, like a very distinctive mold. No arm bending, but she can move her hands, flatter feet. I need to fix this hair, but apart from that, very cool find. So the next ones and our last batch are all customs. This is my favorite of the customs. Don't tell the other ones. And this is Disney's first gay character. This was a Minnie Mouse fashion doll that I found at the thrift store, and I thought that was so interesting, but I tore her face off and gave her a new one, and she's so much prettier now. She has no mouse, and she must squeak. Feature of the boot. I had to cut her feet off because they were very strange and bulbous, but also I was trying to take her shoes off because they were ugly. And I took them off and I realized that her foot had melted into one of them, like some kid left her in a car. And goddamn, it was really bad quality plastic to do that. But yeah, that's her. This is Miss Teapot. For some reason, I want to say that the doll base was Addison Rae, but she's so miscellaneous that I assume no shade. But yeah, she's fine. She's not quite done. I think she needs some more decoration and shoes, but she's having a good time. These are our last two. Her hair is in braids right now, so I can like boil it and cool it and then let it be wavy. She doesn't have a name, but she's just another member of the Dollhouse, the Dream House. Double decker. And last but not least, you might understand where the head came from with this one. This is Pitcher. She also doesn't have a name. This was Twilight Sparkle, and I wiped her face off and took her head off and her hair off because I was gonna make her me. Like, I was gonna root my old ass bleach damaged hair into her. And it turns out it's like really hard to do that into this hard plastic. So she's a Pitcher. And yeah, that's about it. I mean,